So let us talk about the final 2 episodes of Anikulapo. I'm talking about episode 5 and 6. I think it's safe to say that Basharon killed his role. Because for me to feel how I'm feeling towards him, for me to feel this kind of anger, rage is quite extreme, but for me to feel this way, like, oh my god, I don't like this guy. Like I already mentioned in my review of episode 3, 4 and 5, just in case you missed that, please go check out my previous videos. I already talked about it there that I'm not a big fan of his. I get that a lot of people are quite fascinated by his acting and everything. Yes, 100% he killed his role, he delivered. We're going to give that to him, but I think the fact that I don't like his character is just a testament to how well he delivered his role, and that's huge for me. But yeah, let's get right into the review. Like, how do we do it? Because they are so intertwined and it's just crazy. Like, you know, when Kunle Afolayan said during his premiere, in case you're yet to see the reel I made for the premiere of the series, it's on my Instagram page, go check it out, Ronke. So he said that when we see the series finish, we'll come and tell him that he's mad, because where did he get all his ideas from? My expectations were very high, but regardless, the way he was able to make the stories and the characters interwoven is mad. The fact that I don't even know where to start from, because one person will link me to another person and then I'll have to say so much, and then but we'll do this. We can do this. I can do this. Let's get right into the review. In case you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. You saw episode 1, you saw my first review, second review, and now this one. Give yourself a round of applause in the comment section. And if you're just seeing my channel, just hearing my voice, welcome. I hope you stay. Please consider subscribing to the channel. It's for free. Interact with my videos by liking, sharing, and leaving a comment. Thank you so much. So yes, let's start with Omomi and Kuraga and Awolaron. We saw that, despite the fact that Basharon has been pushing for Awolaron to get intimate with other women, he has refused because Awolaron is just not that kind of person. And he is interested with Omomi, who just sees him as a friend. Out of nowhere, Kuraga, I hope I'm pronouncing his name well. It sounds correct in my head, but when I say it, it's like so wrong. But yeah, his character sprung out of nowhere, and we are seeing him pay a visit to the king, and then he's telling the king that, oh, this is your daughter, I like her. And we could see the eye contact Omomi was making with, Kuraga, and, things got interesting and pretty fast, and they started planning their wedding. We saw how Basharon got infuriated by that, because when he came back from his trip where he went to look for Saro, he found that they had given out the hand of Omomi to somebody else who is like very far away from their tradition and their kind of people. And we saw how he tried to push, Aaron to marry Omomi, but Aaron didn't go through with the plan because he felt like that whole thing was coming from a very selfish place for his father. Kuraga died. Of course, he's not just an ordinary person, he's a prince. So the chaos that came afterwards was very much expected. I'm not even going to talk about the scenes, but let's just go right into like characters and things I want to talk about. First things first, you see that scene where Basharon met with Omotorera in a crying state, and he kept shouting, where's Saro? He came for Saro, and she's like, everybody's looking for Saro. I mentioned at the ending of my previous review of Anikulapo that the way she was crying, it seemed like something had happened to Saro. And I wasn't sure who was going to get to Saro first. It was if it was going to be Adigun Basharon. And we saw that Adigun had already taken Saro away from his house, which led to the tears that Olatorera was shedding when Basharon came in. And I feel like for every time we get to see Sobowale in a movie or a series, she gives us that epic moment where she's having a huge face-off with somebody. She's showing us, she's in a very heated altercation with somebody. She's raising her voice. And we saw that part of her in this series when she had a face-off with Basharon. She was shouting, nothing must happen to her child. What do you mean? Like I said, Basharon is such a selfish person. First things first, he killed Adigun despite everything. Despite the fact that Adigun brought Saro back to him alive, but basically useless, he still killed Adigun and was telling Saro to wake Adigun up. Like, he was so confident that he had gotten the charm and Saro could wake him up. Adigun did say that Saro raised him up, so that explains his confidence. Not only that, he betrayed Awaron. Despite all the law confession, he didn't take him anything to turn his back against her when he felt like she wasn't going through with the plan that he was trying to cook up with her. And he spoke lowly to his son, like he spoke lowly of his son, spoke harshly to his son. Basically, if you were to be our current generation, it would be safe to say that he basically destroyed his mental health and led him into depression. But yeah, and also not him going to the king to strike a deal and promising the king that he would wake Kuraga. So far, they behead Queen Arolake and he gives Omoome to his son Awolaron. I'm just like, so much confidence for someone you've not even seen, someone you've not seen perform, that act. And when he was saying all of that, I was just like, epic fail. Like, bro, sir, you are on for failure because Saro is basically useless. And we saw how, even though he forced Saro to wake up Kuraga, ghosts that have been following, they were able to help him at least take Kuraga out of that old premises and take him home. And we saw how that ended. And of course, it still led to a war though. It's like Basharu is such a nut job. He's just a crazy ass man. Like, I don't think I'm going to forget his character in a long time. Next, that even though Awolaron and Omoome later came back together, I mean, that scene where Awolaron came into the room, put his bag down, was like, oh, he's extremely tired, and he lay down. The next time he heard Omoome's voice, she's like, oh, come and play, are you? And he was very agile and it was like, he's very firm, just like, oh, such a finished man. But I like that they came together on their own terms and not on the terms of the father, and not because of his selfish means or because of his orders. Now back to Arolake. I'm stuttering cause I had no word to quantify Arolake's decisions and her actions. Like, it made absolute no sense for her to tell the king to come down to her place. Like, the fact that she trusted him. If push had come to shove, best believe that the king would have handed Arolake over to Basharu so that the kingdom can have peace. The fact that she felt very comfortable and confident and laid her trust in the king and told him to come to her place, basically disclosing her location to him. I'm just like, woman, what exactly is your problem? What are you thinking? Because of the king was paying a visit to her, all the back and forth, her visiting as well, it raised suspicions with the queen and also with Basharu. And Basharu going into Arolake's house and carrying her to his place and throwing her into the prison, and there she meets Saro, who had been brought in by Adigun earlier on. And I was just like, these two people, like, it's such a 360 turn for the both of them. All the journeys and everything, they started off together, running away, running for their lives, running for their love, trying to protect their love, and then they are back into that same town, trying to fight for their life. Like, it was basically like a 360 turn for the both of them. Is it 360? We like call it, but like, you get what I mean. Like, they are back to more like back to the beginning, like back to where it began. So yeah, I really liked that, the way that scene looked and how it hits me, like, in my thought process. I think you get what I'm trying to say. I was so pissed when Basharu got hold of Arolake's money. Like, I was just like very, very mad, because I'm just like, then again, something that's been given to you by these spiritual beings, something else has been put into your possession. Now another man has taken it away. First, the Eya Akala's charm was taken away by Saro. Now this endless money bag, this bottomless money bag was being taken by Basharu. But I'm glad that after all hell broke loose and the fight broke out and he killed Basharu, I'm glad that, in fact, when they were still trying to get her back to the prison, she went there and took her money back. I'm like, yeah, correct, woman, carry your money. You cannot lose absolutely in all of this. Yes, she was wrong. She made a lot of stupid, silly decisions and actions, but I'm glad that she's not losing out on all ends, if you get what I mean. And also, talking about someone that did not lose on all ends, we have to be Saro. Like, yeah, I get that he's dead, but he got like a third chance to come back to life, and this time around he had a child. I think he probably had a child with the previous women, but like now he has a child, he has a son, and he's been able to, at least this time around, he was able to meet Arolake and plead for forgiveness, and even puts his family into Arolake's hands. I know, basically asked for her forgiveness and being a good place with her. I know the both of them, when they were crying and holding hands, took me back to a part 1 when they were crazy about their love, even though it started off on the wrong foot. But you know, it's still love and it's a beautiful thing. It's just that it comes with a lot of crazy thing. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, that was how I felt with their character. But I'm glad I was able to find peace with Arolake. Now on to the big question for the video: how do I feel about this series? Honestly, I understand the point of view of other people that say we could have been better off without the, you know, this second part, this 6-part series. Yeah, I agree 100%. But also, I'm like, this is a filmmaker trying to explore other aspects of the story, trying to delve into other characters, trying to introduce more characters and give more life to the story, flesh it out even more. So I'm really not mad at the 6-part series we got. I'm really not mad at, although there were like some unnecessary scenes and there were like some other things that, you know, came up different places, like the war between the people of Ede and Oyo. Like, if Kuraga's character wasn't introduced at all, there would have been no reason for them to, you know, there would have been no reason for that part of their story. But then again, how would they have taken away Basharu's character from the entire picture? So yeah, I'm just like, sometimes you can say, okay, some scenes didn't matter, but some scenes actually gave birth to other incidents or other things that happened in the series. So I'm not entirely mad at the series. I think it was a good one. I think it was a great attempt by the filmmaker Kunle Afolayan to flesh out the story even more and to build up on what we already had. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think there was a need for this 6 parts? Do you think some things were necessary, like I already said? What else? But I also did not like that it left us with question. I mean, the fact that we are getting a 6 parts, so, you know, 6 episodes for this second aspect of the film. I wish we had ended things off with, you know, less questions or even no questions at all. Like, you know, what happened to Omomi and the love between herself and Awolaran. We saw that people of Ede took her away because we're like, okay, fine, their son is dead, but they're here to carry their wife. And the crazy thing is, they might get her married off to somebody else, and oof, I don't even think about how that will end for her. And also the jeopardy between Ede and Oyo, did that solidify their problem? Did that seal up their problem? Did that end their problems, their rift, their battle? What happened with that? And you know, did Saro die? We saw that Basharu was on the queue to the Heaven's Gate alongside Lai Wasabi's character, Sisi Quadri's character, and the likes. So, but Saro wasn't there, even though he bid farewell to Arolake in her dreams. We didn't see him on the queue. So what happened? Did something happen in between and he was given another chance to stay back, or was he going to join them later on? And also, did Basharu make it through to the did Basharu make it through the gate? Was he able to cross over? Note that he was holding Saro's necklace that was given to Saro, and Saro was told never to let go of it. So did that have a repercussion on Saro? And is there a reason why Saro is not on that queue? And the fact that Basharu is holding that necklace, would he be allowed to go through? And you know, lastly, did Arolake run away with Akin? You know, she had plans to run away with Akin, but now she sort of has a responsibility to look after, you know, Saro's family and all that. So did she eventually pack and go? And you know, was she able to pack and go successfully? Because of course the fate of Oyo people are still in her hands, in the sense that she needs to come back into the village and perform this sacrifice and basically come back into Oyo town. So how did they go about that? So the fact that she's not in Oyo town doesn't mean that the city, the town is still in disarray. Like, why are we left with those questions? So I really did not like that we were left with such cliffhangers. But overall, I think Anikulapo Rise of the Spectre was a good run. I think it did well. Well, let me know what you thought in the comment section. Please don't forget to interact with my videos by liking, subscribing, sharing, and leaving a comment. I'll love to see my other videos. I have tons and tons of review on lots of series and movies. Make sure to check them out. Until next time, when I see you and when you see me, make sure to remain happy, because you owe it to yourself. Bye guys.